Anyone who's ever attempted to grow a garden or maintain a healthy lawn full of bluegrass or anything of that nature, basically getting down to a relationship with Mother Nature to try to bring out her most glorious of creations, you're hit with a very strange phenomenon. A phenomenon that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. The weeds. Say like you've got sod, the grass, or you're growing bluegrass or some other kind of grass where you just want the grass and no weeds. That is really difficult. You're trying to grow flowers. You gotta spend so much time dealing with the weeds. You can go the easy route with putting chemicals in the ground, but if you just want natural, as in Mother Nature, you gotta get down in there, you gotta pull those out, and they'll be there again and again and again. And there's no real telling where they come from. You get to thinking that seeds of weeds come out of the rain or something. I've had my backyard full of weeds the day after a big rainstorm. After I'd worked so hard at, doing some maintenance to get rid of them. Why am I saying all this? That's how it is with so much in life. Especially with the internet. You are trying to make beauty, or you're trying to make a point, or you're trying to get through to people, and you got to deal with the weeds, the trolls, the comment people, the people that want to have some debate or throw some insult on what you're doing. It's weeds. You're just weeding constantly. And it's just like, that is just such a reality when you're considering the colossal truth of this matter or that matter. All this unnecessary, really strong element of hatred that doesn't really have a point. It's just... Weeds, for some reason, have more vitality and strength and persistence than a flower or beautiful grass. And you ask yourself, why? Why do the weeds get to kick ass on the beautiful things? You kind of wonder, how did the beautiful things survive until human beings came along to cultivate them and save their seeds? And it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I go outside, see all kinds of dandelions all over the place and that little bit of grass between the sidewalk and street. And no good grass, just all these little weeds and, three-leaf clovers and dandelions. Just why? Just why? What's the point? They're disgusting, It's good we have got the majestic trees, but God, when it comes to you know what I'm saying. And I posted my video the other day where I'm yelling about Alex Jones. Everyone thought I was drunk because I held up one beer. That was my first beer. I proceeded to drink and try to drink my blues away, but I wasn't drunk. I was just pissed. And I get all kinds of comments. My dear friend Sherry uploaded my video to her channel. I love her, and she's so sincere, and she's so spot on about so many things. And the trolls, the weeds that prop up, like from a rainstorm, like dish gnats, like fruit flies in a jar that's sealed. How did they get in there? and they're just there, like they come out of another dimension. You know, the heart of what I do on this channel is just try to come up with subjects to address. I'm addressing as many people as I can, multitudes. I want the majority of people to rise up. Things don't happen. What happens is the weed people, the fighting people, the people that just embody the divide and conquer mentality, and you know, the pundits, the hosts of channels that you see so few that are sincere. They're doing it for money. Or you wonder, what is their thing? They're not making any difference. They're informing you. Yes, but they're using the informing element to win your trust. It's not to make a difference. It's to win your trust. To pacify you and probably get money out of you. You know, they basically say, wake up, people, wake up. You know, you got to know this, you got to know this, and you got to know that. The government's evil, you know, as if, as if we didn't know. But you get to a point where the details don't matter. The little stuff just wastes time. You gotta deal with the big facts. You know, at least in America, there's no terrorism. You can spotlight any of these little things, but the idea that 9/11, this single moment, caused the TSA, caused the Department of Homeland Security, all these things, just to punish us as if we did it. It's all a lie. People are not that bad. They're just not that bad, and that's a beautiful thing. But the allowance of the weeds to prop up in the midst of all of our frustration and confusion. You know, why hasn't someone taken a bazooka to the Georgia Guidestones? You know, why don't people get the gumption to do something real? Enough of talking about all this stuff. We are pretty aware of what the situation is. We're dealing with a lot of people that are being controlled by a small group of people. And I'm sorry to say it, but it looks like we gotta kill them. You know, I would love for, you know, a courtroom type of scenario to where we don't have to resort to killing people, but these people gotta be taken out. That's all there is to it. And you gotta realize the main frame of what holds all this together, and it's not a lot. We're not fighting an army. Yeah, they got cops and they got the army and the armed forces on their payroll. But if we can get the cops and the army to realize that they can get paid another way, the money doesn't have to come from criminals. We'd be glad to pay you. Let us overthrow all of this, and we will pay you fat. We will pay you twice what you make. If people could just band together and say this, just 5 things to start with. Take these people out. Target these people. Make a list of the 20 most guilty people in America. And that's not a hard list to come up with. Kill them. Kill them. You can find out where they are. That's what's got to happen. Nothing major like that ever happens. You never even hear about a kidnapping. All these movies about kidnappings. Nobody ever resorts to grabbing somebody's kids to make a powerful person in office, you know, step down or admit something. You know why? Because people are not that bad. And an extreme way of realizing that that's a bad thing. There comes time to where you gotta take care of business. And these people are resorting to these extreme murderous ways of doing things. Fighting fire with fire. You gotta step up. You know, killing people, everyone is brainwashed to thinking that's a bad thing, but guess what? Everybody gets killed. There's no such thing as dying of natural causes. Either something takes your life, or a disease ravages you, or your genetics, the way they're constructed, kill you. Killing is a main reality of the world. You might as well kill the people that are killing the people when it's obvious. And don't feel so bad about it, because death by killing is pretty much the first order of business in the organic world.